What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 concept art by fans video. With Season 2 just around the corner, hopefully I thought it would be cool to take a look at some of the concept arts that fans have made for Battlefront 2 for DLC seasons in the future. So bear in mind throughout this video that none of these are confirmed 100%, it is purely what Brandon Mick has come up with and put together for us to see, and his video is down in the description below. He shows you exactly how he made them. It's like a sort of time lapse of the art. It's really cool, and I do recommend going and checking it out after this video. But before we get fully into it, and before I show you the DLC season concept arts he came up with, make sure to let me know down in the comments section below when you think Season 2 will arrive, and what do you think Season 2 will actually contain. Make sure to smash a like on this video to show support for this particular video and the channel in general, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But now let's get on to the topic of this video. So I've speculated quite a few times about what I think Season 2 is going to contain. Me personally, I do think that they are going to put General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi into the game in the next DLC season, as they are possibly the most requested heroes for Battlefront 2. And we've also seen the 3D model of General Grievous, which has been put into Battlefront 2 already, and then we have seen the sort of data mined menu screen of him, which is a bit terrifying, to be honest. It looks like General Grievous has been put through a meat grinder, but it's still there in the game file, so it looks extremely likely that he's going to arrive at some point. So the image you're seeing coming on screen now is the Utapau DLC season, which Brandon Mick has put together. You can see there's Utapau, General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They are the main parts of this season that he's made in this concept art. So Utapau was a remote planet in the Outer Rim territories that was filled with enormous sinkholes. It was the location of the Battle of Utapau during the Clone Wars, and it's obviously where Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous fought off before Grievous was defeated and killed. It was really cool to see this planet feature in Revenge of the Sith, and I think it could make for some very interesting battles in Battlefront 2, probably more close-range combat for things like Blast and Strike rather than Galactic Assault, but I'm sure EA and DICE could come up with something for them. As for General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi, like I've already said in this video, I think they are probably the most requested heroes for Battlefront 2 at this moment in time. Grievous, for the obvious reasons, he's insanely cool and has 4 lightsabers, and probably is one of the more popular characters from the prequel movies, besides Darth Maul, who is already in the game. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is the same. He's loved throughout the Star Wars universe, and the prequels made his character just even more popular, so it would be really cool to get to play as him, as an actual hero rather than mods on PC. The second piece of DLC concept art that Brandon came up with was a Coruscant season, which came with Count Dooku and Anakin Skywalker. Now obviously Anakin would be on the light side for the heroes if this was a DLC season, but bear in mind that this is just fan-made, it's not 100% confirmed. So Coruscant was a planet in the core worlds which served as the capital of the galaxy for over a millennium. And Coruscant is a really cool planet. I'd like to see it in Battlefront 2, but I think if it was going to be in Battlefront 2, the main focus would be on the Jedi Temple around the time of Order 66. So if it was to come to the game, I do think it would be through an Order 66 DLC season, where we would maybe get to attack the Jedi Temple as the clone troopers against a bunch of Jedi, and the clones would obviously be led by Darth Vader before he got all mangled and put into the suit. I think Count Dooku and Anakin Skywalker again will come to the game at some point, and I think it's a pretty good pairing. Because Obi-Wan and General Grievous are paired up with each other, they are sort of rivals. In the prequels, Anakin really doesn't have a rival when he is on the light side, apart from Dooku really, in my opinion, so it would be cool to see those guys come together in a season, and I think Dooku could be quite an interesting character, as he would have a lightsaber and Force Lightning, which we get to see him use in the movies. And as for Anakin Skywalker, I think his abilities could be quite cool. I think it could be a mix between like Maul and possibly Yoda, because he's quite good with the Force, but then Maul's Force Choke I really think would be a good ability for Anakin if he was going to come to the game at some point. And the final DLC season Brandon Mick has actually come up with is a Rogue One season. Now, it kind of would be disappointing for me if we got another Rogue One season which contains Scarif, Krennic and Jyn Erso. I think if they were going to bring a planet, I'd really like to see Jeddah, because it looked quite cool in the Rogue One movie. However, it's kind of got a Tatooine feel, so I don't know how that would work, or what EA and DICE would actually go with. However, I was actually shocked that Scarif, Krennic and Jyn Erso weren't in Battlefront 2 from launch, but a lot of things weren't, and a lot of people got let down. So Scarif was located in the Abrian sector of the Outer Rim, and held the plans for the first Death Star before it was blown up by that very Death Star. I really liked the Rogue One season which came to the Battlefront 1. I really liked Krennic and Jyn Erso as heroes. I wasn't that big of a fan of them as characters in the movie, but for game characters and heroes, they were really fun to play as, so it would be cool to see them return, and like I said, I was actually shocked that they weren't in the game at launch. However, if Rogue One was to come back to Battlefront 2, I think I'd like to see Scarif plus another planet, so it wasn't the exact replica from the first game. So those are the 3 DLC seasons that Brand and Mick came up with and put together as concept arts for Year 1 for Battlefront 2. And so far all we have had is The Last Jedi DLC season, and no official word on what Season 2 is going to contain and when it's actually going to happen, so I just thought I would make this video to sort of speculate a little bit about what Season 2 might be. For me personally, out of any of the 3 you have seen in this video, I think it's more than likely going to be the Utapau one, which will feature General Grievous and Obi-Wan. However, we'll just have to wait and see what DICE do come up with when they officially announce something. But like I said at the start of this video, make sure to let me know down in the comments section below what you think Season 2 is going to contain and when you think it's actually going to arrive. Make sure to smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it, and if you like the concept arts, go and check out Brandon Mick's video in the description below. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future, but other than that, may the Force be with you.